Okay, we got another question about the book. And of course, the book we're talking about is this, The Weavings Down of a New World. Yeah, that too. You can find it on Amazon. And the question is the book valuable to everybody, or is there prior knowledge of the teachings required? So let's dive into it.
Okay, good questions. No, I don't really think there's prior knowledge of the teachings because everything that's really needed to understand the weavings and the weaving symbols are in the book and delineated pretty thoroughly, extensively, and over some with some of them sometimes. So I think if you are if you're just a little patient and you read on a little bit, you'll be coming across all the descriptions that you need to understand what the book is about. The weaving ceremonies, the pipes that are involved with these weaving ceremonies. They're based on Native American tradition with sacred pipes, as it shows on the picture. That's one of the pipes that is used in the ceremonies. And when we start to look at this book and these teachings and what they're about, what they where they came from, they're very, very, very ancient. We're talking about pre-flood ancient. These are kinds of teachings that were all over the planet. They they sprouted up in all these different areas, maybe all the cultures that were there pre-flood around the world. And it's got to make you think about um, who was alive then and who pre-flood and everything. And we tend to think in modern culture that, especially the official academic archaeologists, they tend to think that everything started about 6,000, maybe 8,000 years ago to be called real civilization. Before that, we were just primitives in little bands running around. The evidence doesn't show that. It shows that there was definitely a magnificent, huge global culture that was very advanced, at least one, and maybe there have been more than one over and over through the centuries, the millennia, back, and time has erased them. And I think people have erased this information because they don't know what to do with it. They don't understand it. I think we come across some really ancient material that validates this concept and the kind of concept that they lived in a life that wasn't necessarily overwhelmed with corruption and what we've been calling the upside down, backwards turning wheel culture. That's our modern culture. That's been around for, at least 5, 6,000 years. We've been having to deal with the same kinds of corruption, these same basic structures. And these ideas came from before that, before those ideas got implanted into the human race.
Okay, back to the original question. No prior knowledge is really required to dive into it.
I would say not.
One of the other things I'd like to address is the question started out with, is this book for everybody, for everyone? And
Yes,
while
yes.
I'd like to define that, I don't think,
Okay. I was getting to that.
okay,
I was moving in that direction.
take it away.
Okay. It's for everybody. because everybody is affected by the modern culture. Our modern culture goes back to at least 6,000 years ago, and these factions of corruption, this what the ancients called the upside down, backwards turning wheel culture. We've had little pieces of that, sometimes bigger pieces, in these past worlds that have come and gone. And they didn't make it. Those worlds, like the indigenous peoples say, died out. They they literally killed themselves off because they were not living by the rules that they had started off with the concepts of peace and love and equality, sovereignty, freedom, free exchange, sharing knowledge, and looking into uh, the whole the whole world around us as more than just materials, looking into the world, seeing, perceiving the spiritual aspects. That's what these teachings are all about, how to bring the rest of our lives back. In this modern corrupt world, we threw out everything feminine. I think a lot of people agree with that we've degraded everything female, feminine, and that also means the spiritual, because they're usually considered female aspects of reality. And we just covered it all up, washed it all out, tried to drive it into nothingness. But of course, that doesn't work because the universe isn't like that. We we have the non-linear around us and in us, and it everywhere. I mean, it is just absolutely everywhere. The spiritual is everywhere. It is what we are, who we are. And when we get back to that, back to that thinking, that expanded consciousness that allows us to perceive the nonlinear and this feminine, this this whole spiritual part of existence, when we can perceive that, it's something you don't unsee. You just don't unsee it. And once you see it, you realize that it is based on love, that it's founded, it grows out of the whole spiritual level, the whole cosmos, the universe grew out of unconditional love. And that's what everything is. And we need to get back to that. We need to step out of the broken and the corrupt and just let it die away. Don't pick up the pieces. Just let it die away. And we have to invent a new world, a better world, a world that includes the other half of us, this feminine, non-linear, spiritual, the unseen, because that's the part where the love comes from, and the connectedness. We're connected to everything, and the aliveness. Everything is alive. Can you just imagine for a second, just feel it? We are connected to everything, everything, everything in the universe, and it is all alive and vibrant and thinking and feeling and emoting, and sharing out its energies and love, and the daily news of the cosmos on all levels. It's just traveling everywhere, and it's going to us and from us. It's flowing constantly all the time. And I had one of my teachers tell me that it's flowing towards us out of the cosmos like tsunami waves, and we have to ride the tsunamis. They're here. They are arriving on Earth constantly. These huge waves, and the whole planet and all the humans and all the animals and all the plants and all the dirt, all our poor hungry dirt and soil all over the planet. We need to regenerate the air. We need to clean up everything. Bring this freshness and this love and this harmony. When we're perceiving this spiritual aspect, this is a feeling thing. This is not a thinking thing. You don't linearly think it and try to analyze it, and that's just going to take you around in mental loops. It's just round and round and round and round and round. You'll never get anywhere. You won't understand anything. You won't feel anything. And it's not going to make any difference for you if that's how you approach it. That's how we've been approaching everything. That's what we grew up learning, and we got to unlearn it. You have to unlearn that upside down, backwards turning wheel culture and everything that it taught us. So it is for everybody.
So the book teaches you how to write the tsunamis of unconditional love. So it's a surfing book.
It's a surfing book. Yes, I'm coming out of the closet. I'm an elderly surfer.
I've had a talk with one of our dear friends earlier today, and she started to read your book too. And she said it's your most amazing, profound work yet. And she realizes that you really need to take time and take it all in, paragraph after paragraph. And she has been studying some pretty incredible spiritual teachings for at least 2 decades, probably more.
Yeah.
And she is like, she's in awe. So congratulations.
Yeah. Oh, those are beautiful words to hear.
Yeah.
We had the book club last night, and we're the second book club, and we're on page 2 because every paragraph's filled. But I also want to say, this book is for everybody. It's really we're only in the prelude, and by page 2, there's an understanding that this book is a roadmap for dreaming the dream and stepping into it. That, as you said, the old world's dying, and it is the roadmap for those who want to bring the era of the heart that that you've mentioned, into their lives with ease. You really share what the spirits told you. In fact, we were like, there's one paragraph from last night. These symbols are about changing the paradigm we have lived by at its very core inside of each of us, throwing away all the old ideas, throwing the old ideas and ways out, and building a clean and new from the wholeness of our being, from our song. It's like even that one paragraph is just, this is what it's about. This is what the weavings are about, is building the new world. And the book is, here's the roadmap. Here's how to change your thinking. Here's how to look at your believing. Here's how to dream the dream and step into it. And it's just, it is beautiful. It really read slowly, felt, we want to think. We went through that, in the book club. I was like, oh, wait, stop thinking. start feeling, how to, and it's packed. It is definitely, I feel strongly it's for everybody. Anybody who's ready to start dreaming the dream and bringing this new world into being. It has so many tools.
All right. Beautiful.
It does. It really goes into every aspect of life. The ancient teachings did, things that we think of as mundane, like finances. Finances, money, your daily life, your relationships with the people you work with, relationships to your loved ones, to the kids, to to your parents, to the elders, to your siblings, to everybody, your neighbor, the guy you run into at the grocery store you never met before. It is for everybody in every single aspect of life, whether you're a grease monkey, and you live your life under that car with a wrench. Doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're in high finance, if you're a banker, somebody who's dealing with stocks on Wall Street and all of that, this is for everybody.
Okay,
Because
we're coming
it
up on our time,
literally,
honey. I'm sorry for jumping in, but
you interrupted a sentence.
I did.
Yes.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
It's for everybody.
It's for everybody.
Everybody,
Yeah.
everybody, everybody. Thank you, ladies. We're going to do more. So,
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody that's watching.
and of course, just in cases, this is the book we're talking about.
Weave a new world.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, share, turn notifications on. All those beautiful things to help our channel. Love you. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Love y'all.